Welcome friends to the second part. In this part we are going to add lights to the scene, and also we are going to add textures and materials to the scene, and finally we will have the render of our scene. And let's do it together. So first I'm going to create the lights of the ceiling, and first I'm going to model the light. I can create it using a cube, and I made it editable, and I want this face to make it to look like light, and creating a luminous material for that. Okay, and another material for the other parts of the object. Then I'm going to add an area light to put it as a part of this light. I think using the area light is a good idea for lighting our scene, and because of that I'm using it here. Okay, just position it. Good. Then group them together. Okay. I think here should be good. Then we need to create more copies of this light, and we can do it by using a cloner object. Okay, I just changed the position parameters here, and just bring down the intensity of the light, something like maybe 35, and let's have a render of the scene. Okay, as you can see, I think it's now better. Good. So let's use an IES light. Just copy and paste it here. And if you remember, we have created the IES light object in the previous video. Now we are going to add the actual IES light to the object. Let's rename the other lights to ceiling lights. Good. Okay, just make the IES light a child of the disk, and zero out all the position parameters to position it exactly in the middle of the disk. Okay, good. And let's add other materials to IES object. Let's have a region render. I think it's better to lower down the intensity of the light. Okay, maybe 20 is enough. Another test render. Okay, it's better. So I have prepared other materials for the scene, so I just copy all of them and I just want to paste them in our project. First, let's add materials to the floor. Okay. Change the projection to cubic. Add other materials to the scene. In my idea, it is a best choice to change the projection of the materials and textures, especially textures, to cubic because it gives us the best result. Change this one to cubic too. Okay. Good. Let's add this break texture to the walls. Change the projection to cubic and add some ties to U and V. Good. And do the same for the other wall too. That's nice. Let's add some materials, actual textures to our text. That's good. Other textures to the design elements of the wall. One of the key points to have an actually a good and realistic render at the end is to have a good lighting of your scene and use realistic textures to your scene. And as you can see, I have prepared some wood textures in advance that now I'm using them in the scene, and at the end you will see that you will have a really good realistic render of the scene because of using all these realistic textures. Also, if you don't know how to create these textures and where to find them, you can use the textures pre-made and included in the library, which is included in Cinema 4D, and there you can search and find different textures, also wood textures to use in your scene, and they are really helpful and really great textures to speed up your project. So let's continue adding materials to the scene. Some materials for the window. Okay, I have a texture of the city here and add it to the window glass and change the projection to cube, and here I'm going to rotate the texture and make sure the position and the scale of the texture is good. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Okay, now we need to create more copies of the IES lights, and we can do it by using a MoGraph object, the cloner object. And as you can see, that's a really easy way to create more copies of an object by using a cloner object. So let's position them. Okay, that's nice. Other copies for the right wall, and just position them on top of the text. Using the IES lights for interior design really makes your design look great. And group them together and rename them to IES lights. That's nice. Let's create another copy for the left wall. Okay. Rotate it 90 degrees. That's fine. Okay. Another copy for the other part of the left wall. Change the position. Group them together and rename them to IES lights. That's always good to group and rename your objects in the scene. That's nice. Let's have a test render. And now you can see that adding textures and materials to the scene is making your scene to look great. So let's do some changes and make some changes to the scene. For example, change the position of these IES lights, putting them to the middle. Okay. Let's make some changes to the position of the chairs and the table. Okay. And actually let's create another material for floor for the stage floor. I think kind of this material is good. This color is better. Okay, let's add it to the floor base. And And let's have another quick render. Okay, that's better. So now let's create the final render setting for the scene. Let's change the resolution something to full HD, maybe 1920 to 1080, and change the render agent to physical, adaptive, and automatic. Okay, this is the final render of the scene. So at the end, I'm sorry if I didn't speak English well, because English my second language and I'm not good at English. So I try to speak as understandable as possible. So if you want to see more videos like this and learn more about creating virtual studios and concepts about virtual studios, don't forget to subscribe our channel and like and share this video with your friends and help them to learn something new. So at the end, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.